Welcome here again in Let's Nerd Them Whole English section. Welcome to a recap of the first chapter and the second chapter of Homestuck, a web novel that I was reading more or less 6 months ago. And now I don't remember what I have read before the pause that I have done. So now I do a recap in order to remember what I've read. It's a recap for me, but even a recap for you if you have forgotten. So, synopsis. Homestuck begins at the story of four friends who live far apart and I have never met. We are introduced to this kid one by one, starting with John Egbert. Okay. It is John's 13th birthday and he wants to play a game with his online friends. He was been waiting for the game to arrive in the mail for days. After fussing with a girl from his backing her dad and enduring the pestering of his friend, John leaves his room to check the mailbox. Seeing that dad has already brought in the mail, John confronts him in the kitchen. It's a thief that a bit strange. It seems to be an A with brackets. They have a messy battle with hammers and cakes and pies. John ends the strife with a distraction and makes off with his mail. These are two parcels addressed to himself. The first, a gift from his friend Dave, contains the plush bunny prop from the sect of Con-Air. The second contains the beta release of the computer games Burb. John and his friend Rose are eager to play Barb and find out what it is about. Two other parcels from John remain out of reach, located in Dad's car. Sburb. John starts a game of Sburb with Rose. As John's server player, Rose assumed control of his environment, experimenting with the control of her end. Rose discovers that she can extend John's house, more furniture around, and place machinery that supports a kind of alchemy based on punch card. Ah, yes, I remember now. The alchemy equipment emits a confusing ball of light called the kernel sprite. The sprite is prototype when it absorbs John maimed Harlequin doll and takes on the presence of appearance of a one-armed jester. The mission to alchemize their first item becomes urgent when John discovers a meteor is about to eat his house. After a series of frustration brought on by Rose's spotty internet connection, they succeed in creating a tree that bears a blue apple. John has only enough time to take a bite of the apple before the meteor strikes the earth and makes a crater where his house stood a moment before. One moment, I have to answer this message from my dear friend. Okay. This is the adventure log. Okay. We see in a more or less the adventure log. With this young man, John in his room. John puts his new little monster pester. Okay. Those are the pages. Okay, this is for Act 1, actually, and this is for Act 2. Act 2. It's a bit... is more or less short. Okay. Chapter 2, Raise of the Conductor Button. The... Act 1, the Note Desolation Place. Okay. Act 2. Synopsis. The medium. John narrowly escapes fiery death by meteor impact when he buys the blue apple he made. He and his house are moved to the medium. The house now stands on a column of rock jutting. Uh, uh, okay. Through the clouds of Darkland. Oh, okay. Yes. Directing and Karen sprite hatches producing two images of Karen that fly away, one downwards and one upwards, and a ghostly sprite that stays next to John. A voice in John's head begins to boss him around. The voice belongs to the wayward vagabond, a black-shelled creature wandering in the dry wasteland of future heart. Oh, yes, I remember that one. Direction arches, okay. A voice in John has begun to boss him around. The voice belongs to the warrior, okay. The vagabond has discovered a refugee field with teleportation gear and a monitor for John's progress in the medium. Using the attached keyboard, the vagabond tries to give John orders. His commands intrude on John's thoughts in the monitor where a text adventure interface. My sprite is strange. Reset position, thanks. Okay. Rose and Dave. Rose Laland continues to play and John's as John's server, posting her progress to a GameFAQs Walter. Oh yes, I remember the GameFAQs Walters about Spurb beta. To enter the game herself, Rose needs someone to be her server player. Her first plan is to get John's server copy out his dead car so that John can reciprocate. But her laptop lost power and she drops the car into the abyss that surrounds John's house. Their friend Dave Strider loses his own barb disc when he carelessly impales an unruly crow on his sword. Yes, I remember now. Launching the bird and disc out of his high-rise window. When John asks Dave to be a road server player, Dave sets off to find his broke client and several disks. Meteors rain down around David home, starting sick fire that no driving rain can assuage. After fighting her drunk mother, Rose retreats to the tomb of her cat Jasper's, where a portable generator in the remaining power core at her house sheltered Burfer from the encroaching forest fire. Rose reconnects. She finds John speaking to the sprite, which is now prototyped a second time after sobbing his Nana's ashes. Oh, yes. It's like a ghost of Nana in Harlequin costume. Yes, I remember. Upwards. Okay. Nana sprite is playing that far over here at the center of the medium there is a world. Sorry. There is a world called Skaya, where force of light and darkness, shaped by the players, can protect them chases, wage eternal war. This set stage for the adventure journey is about to have, which the floater Ag calls the ultimate riddle. Rose's new task is to modify John's house to help him reach the first gate, a portal to the new stage of his adventure. Meanwhile, John must battle Arlequin's garbage imps like the ones that have kidnapped his father. Imps and other baddies are climbing up the abyss and swarming the house. They drop raw materials when they die, which Rose and John can use for building or for punch card alchemy. In between is skirmish with the oily creatures. What do you mean in this case? Yes. Otherwise, Okay. I need this synonym, thanks. Someone is working outside and is making some noises that I can hear even with the windows closed. Okay, let's continue. John experiments with the alchemy machines. When the forest fire and circle Jasper tomb, cutting Rose connections, John is left to face a first boss battle without her help. Mom remotely hopes a secret passage under the tomb to help Rose to safety. Failing to find Bro or his copy in the apartment, they arms for battle. A note from Bro summons him to the rooftop for a duel. In the commander station, the famished wayward vagabond finds the channel food, but not opener, and unthinkingly eats a bunch of inedibles, including a lump of uranium fuel. Ugh. After indulging in fancies of civil life, and the mayor of Kent Town and looking himself out of the terminal. Oh, I remember this piece of the story. The vagabond finds an aperifier, a device that summons objects from elsewhere in the time and space. Oh, fuck. I remember something that I ever read in the fifth chapter when I was reading it, maybe 5 years ago. I remember this thing that we will see maybe in the fifth chapter again when I will read it. After this video, the next video, it will begin. We will begin with the third chapter. So he used it to release a firefly from in its amber prison. Then the station blast off. Flies around the world and land a continent and evaporate ocean westward and at the site of some mysterious froggy ruins. Okay, this is the adventure log. Act 2, cinematic. Uh-huh. Just to check. Okay, Rose, Nana Sprang, John. We only see the final video of the second chapter. The audio is very high, thanks. And the video, the live will end. Start. Okay. Now the recap of the first two chapter is ended. So we will see each other to the next video. It will be on Thursday, next Thursday, with the beginning of the third chapter. So see you. Bye.